Like, I feel like it's genuinely in the same vein for him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. Anyway, one more time, just for the folks in the back, you know, the nosebleed seats, the people who don't pay $5 a month on my website. Thank you. For the YouTube seat.
Christians, get out and vote just this time.
Just this time.
You won't have to do it anymore.
You won't have to do it anymore.
Years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians.
It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore.
Christians, I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you.
I'm not Christian.
You get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it.
In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed. 4 times. It'll be fixed as the clincher. Yeah, dude, he's literally... I don't even know what to say, man. He's just openly saying it. I don't like. It's just this was just from earlier this morning, I think, or was it last? It was last night or last afternoon, his time. Maybe it's a Freudian slip. It's Donald Trump. He can't keep his shit in. You know, he's talking to the Heritage Foundation. He's talking to the policymakers. He's talking to the Project 2025 people, and they're telling him, like, no, unambiguously, the plan is to end democracy. That's unambiguously the whole point of Project 2025 is the unitary executive theory. The idea that all power is subsumed by the executive branch with Trump in office. It's not... The dictatorship thing isn't just hysterical leftist warbling. This isn't like a wise leftists recognize the signs of fascism. This is unambiguously the written plan. It's the text of the plan. It's not subtext. Thankfully, this is getting picked up on, at least to some extent. I mean, the media isn't completely letting this slide.
This be America's last election if Donald Trump wins. Listen to what the former president told a Christian group at the Turning Point USA Believers Summit in West Palm Beach. The former president telling the crowd that if they re-elect him to the White House, they won't have to worry about voting ever again.
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians.
This is a gift to the Harris campaign. They need to be running this. This is like, you got $500 million in advertising money for the campaign. This needs to be on like every television station 24/7 from now until the election.
I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
He said it 3 times. Now, the Harris for President campaign releasing this statement after the former president's speech tonight, saying, quote, America can do better than the bitter, bizarre, and backward-looking delusions of criminal Donald Trump.
I love how much more mean Harris is. Joe Biden would be like, you know, the soul and spirit of America lies in the freedom of choice, and Americans will choose on November which they prefer to. And Harris is like, Trump, he's ugly, he's fat, he's stupid, he's gonna lose.
Vice President Kamala Harris offers a vision for America's future focused on freedom, opportunity, and security. Hello.
That statement is really short because, again, it was what was released like immediately afterwards. We haven't seen the full blowback from this. We haven't seen like the full, I guess, reckoning. I've been looking on Twitter. Right-wingers are saying it's out of context. It's not out of context. CNN coverage from just an hour ago.
The Republican presidential nominee claimed that rival Kamala Harris had been disrespectful to Israel.
4-year-olds.
4 years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote. Genuine, like what possible context could you add to that? What way could you reconstruct this to remove from it this meaning? Yeah, I do, Benjamin, you're right. I do like the direct connection between Christians and ending American democracy.
Over to you.
Yeah? Wait, hold on.
So good you're not going to have to vote.
Yeah, no, I agree. Sometimes analysis really does fail. Yeah. No, yeah.
Over to you.
Well, I mean,
Literally, they're like,
everybody on Twitter has been playing that and replaying that. Democrats, academics, saying this is what he wants to do. He wants to shut down democracy. You know, what is the phrase? One vote, one man, one time. But I think Donald Trump is well known for playing to his audience. He sort of is willing to forget the fact that the world is also watching his words. He was speaking to Christians. It certainly sounds like a president that is a presidential candidate that is determined to shut down the democratic process, but it could.
I like how even for, and you can tell from her cadence, just from her cadence, that she's not like an aggressive or alarmist kind of commentator when it comes to Trump. You know what I mean? Like she's not the kind of person who would run off with a narrative, and there's still nothing to say, but like it sounds like President Trump wants to do a dictatorship, you know? And it's like, yeah, I guess it's really, she sounds like she's trying to say, no, I don't think she's trying to say in denial. I just think they're like at a loss of words, at a loss for words. It's kind of like, even for Trump, an uncharacteristically direct acknowledgement of his intentions, you know? Don't think that this was some kind of like 5D chess thing from Trump or from his team or whatever. I promise you they're all upset behind the scenes by this, you know? They don't want to give the game away that obviously. Lives in the face of an actual threat could paralyze. I'm not trying to say that I'm smarter than this lady. I mean, I probably am. I don't know. Just like she's on CNN. I mean, you can take from that what you want, but I'm just trying to say, like, I'm kind of dumbfounded too. What analysis do I add to this? You know? It's so straightforward. By the way, in terms of like giving ammunition to Kamala's team, this was, hold on, audio check. There you go. Sorry. This was unearthed literally the same, just today by Kamala HQ, the little like quick action, quick response Kamala Twitter team. You know, I think this is relatively recent, but not immediately recent. So my guess is this is within the past few months. If somebody could confirm that, I'd like that. Listen to JD Vance endorse Project 2025, the thing that is so optically damaging that Donald Trump pretends to not know about it or support it.
I think that the thing that we have to take away from the last 10 years is that we really need to be really ruthless when it comes to the exercise of power. I was talking about this with someone earlier today, where you remember there was some threat that congressional or Senate Republicans made. If you get rid of the filibuster, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. And you actually look at it, it's like, well, this is not that interesting.
Like, we're going to actually deliver on our promises that we've made for decades.
Right? Like,
sounds
you know, this is the threat. If you get rid of the filibuster, we're going to do this stuff. Like they're talking about expanding the Supreme Court. They're talking about adding, 2 senators from heavily Democratic places.
You get rid of the filibuster, we'll actually deliver on defunding.
We'll do what the base has been telling us that we don't want to do.
Yeah. So I think, look, I am a cynic about this and maybe even a little bit of a pessimist, but I think the challenge confronting American conservatives is that we have lost every major powerful institution in the country, except for maybe churches and religious institutions, which of course are weak.
The Supreme Court. The court.
Weaker now than they've ever been. We have lost big business. We've lost finance. We've lost the culture. We've lost
big business. We've lost finance. Yeah, man, that's so true. Big business hates fascism. That's like the first thing everyone knows about fascists. They don't get along with big business.
The Academy, and if we're going,
the Academy? The Oscars? You didn't lose the Oscars. You never had the Oscars. What do you mean? What? Oh, yeah, the great American institutions, big business, finance, and the Oscars. He means universities? Oh, did he say academics? I heard the Academy.
We've lost the culture. We've lost the Academy.
I think he means the Oscars, man. That's